All right. Well, I think we're ready to kick this off. My name's Emily McGee. I'm the Director of Communications at the Hearth Patio and Barbecue Association. And so glad you all could join us today for this, what's maybe very interesting webinar. I get a chance to introduce Eric Davis. He is the Senior Vice President of Food PR at Curious Plot, which is the PR firm that HPBA has been using for going on, I guess, 7 or 8 years at this point,
Eight,
Eric.
8 years now,
8 years.
almost nine.
And handling all of our barbecue promotions along with our hearth promotions for National Fireplace Month. And this webinar today is designed to walk you all through the toolkit of material that Curious Plot has created for National Barbecue Month and National Back to Barbecue Day. And Eric is going to walk through all the material and how it works and why we do these promotions. So just a couple of things that you all are muted. And if you have any questions, please type that into your chat box, which is located at the bottom of your screen. And you can also ask questions, and Eric, correct me if I'm wrong, but throughout, I mean, we're happy to answer questions as they come up. So you're welcome to participate that way. We are recording this, and a copy of this recording will be available within the next 48 hours to anyone who might miss this and be interested. But with that, I think I'm just going to pass it off to Eric, and thank you for being here and participating in this webinar.
Thank you so much, Emily. Can you hear me okay, Emily? Everyone can hear me okay?
Yes, okay. Yes, I can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
Excellent. Hi, thank you again. We greatly appreciate your time today. As Emily said, this will probably be about a half an hour, give or take a little bit depending on questions. But the purpose of what we're talking about today is a very special event that we have coming up on Saturday, May 27th, called Back to Barbecue Day. But I want to first, before we go deep into that, back up a little bit and talk a little bit more about Hearth Patio and Barbecue Association's barbecue promotions, and Hearth too to a certain extent. But for now, we'll talk about barbecue promotions. As Emily said, our agency has worked with you for about the past 8.5, almost 9 years now. And we do a variety of things in terms of communications for HPBA. We will create social media content and share it out on social media. We'll connect with social media influencers to help talk about HPBA and about the grilling lifestyle. We also help conduct outreach to media nationwide to get them to talk about grilling, whether it's grilling in this time during National Barbecue Month, or winter grilling, or accessories to buy, or why it's important to visit a specialty retailer for your patio and grilling needs. We host a whole array of campaigns throughout the year. And when we do that, we create press releases, we create videos, we create graphics, we create social media, and we always make those available to all of our members. And Emily will occasionally, when it's ready, send those out to people to access and to download throughout the year. Say it's a promotion during Thanksgiving, say it's a promotion during 4th of July. But nothing is bigger than what we do during National Barbecue Month. In terms of sending out information and sending out campaign materials, because it's obviously the busiest time of year, it's the biggest time of year, and it's also Christmas for us in the grilling industry. It's when people are thinking about grilling and talking about grilling the most. And so what we've done here is we'll go a little bit more into this, is create a campaign, Back to Barbecue Day, that is a special day. We've designated it as the Saturday before Memorial Day. So it's Saturday, May 27th. And it's a campaign that gets people talking about grilling, that gets people thinking about grilling out if they haven't already, and then also gets people thinking about going to their local specialty retailer to either buy grills, to buy accessories, or talk to their retailer about their needs throughout the summer and throughout the year. So we'll go in depth here, but we're going to break this into 4 chunks here. First, what is Back to Barbecue Day? Second, why we conduct it. Third, some of the things that we, on behalf of Hearth Patio and Barbecue Association, will be doing. But fourth, perhaps most important, is what you can do. Because as we were stating earlier, we do create these campaigns and promotions, but anytime that we do, we create materials that actually members and people throughout the industry can use as well. Even grilling enthusiasts can use as well. And so we'll talk about that, and we'll share that with you, and really encourage you to take these assets, take these materials. It's social media graphics, it's text, it's videos, and feel free to use them as you see fit too to promote this. So first, a little bit about Back to Barbecue Day. What is Back to Barbecue Day? It's really two tenets, and this is all promotion here. This is just a very good, fun promotional campaign that sparks some ideas. There's two things that we ask people to do for Back to Barbecue Day. First, pledge to cook out that day. We have a part of our website where you enter in to say, I'm going to cook out on Back to Barbecue Day. I'm going to join the rest of the nation on one of the busiest grilling days of the year and cook out. And when I pledge to cook out that day, I'm also entering to win prizes. And these are prizes that Hearth Patio and Barbecue Association will then award randomly selected individuals who take that pledge. So we've had thousands of people every year pledge to say, I'm going to join in with my fellow grilling enthusiasts nationwide to cook out. And then the second ask that we have on Back to Barbecue Day of people is pledge to cook out that day, but also it's the best day to visit the local retailer, check out the latest deals, check out the latest accessories, discover more about what you could do to update your backyard patio to get it ready for the peak grilling season ahead. So why did we create this special day, Back to Barbecue Day? Well, we all know that we do every year National Barbecue Month, and it's celebrated throughout May, and it's when people are thinking about grilling the most, when they're probably shopping for grills the most. But we wanted to create something that's National Barbecue Month is just that. It's a month. It's 31 days. We wanted to create something, though, that gets people thinking a little bit more about one specific day or one moment in time. And that creates different things. That creates greater social media conversations. It creates a greater chance of media coverage. And it also creates a greater opportunity for people to take an action and to share something online. We looked to 4 different things when we came up with the idea for Back to Barbecue Day. One is Black Friday. The other is Small Business Saturday. The other one is Cyber Monday. And Black Friday is obviously the day that people go to stores after Thanksgiving to shop for Christmas. And it's considered the day that retailers go in the black for the year. That's what it's called. Small Business Saturday is promoted as the busiest day of the year and the best time of year to visit small businesses. Cyber Monday sales is supposed to be when the greatest number of online sales and transactions happen during the year. Those actually aren't true. They were constructs that were created by different associations like the National Retail Federation, Small Business Association. Those actually aren't, well, true is not the right word. It's not 100% accurate, but these were moments in time. These were created by these associations to create conversation and to create people talking about it on social media or in the news media. And there's a fourth one too that we look to. One of my personal favorites, as you can see, I'm a big record fan, but kind of similar. It's a hobby. And so record stores across the nation, independent record stores, created something called Record Store Day that gets people into their store every April to buy new vinyl releases, shop new records. And so what we wanted to do is create something similar to these where we create momentum and we create a reason to get people to be talking about it on social media, for news media to be talking about it, and of course to get customers interested and active. And then fourth, to get retailers, if they want to take part in this, if they want to promote this, manufacturers, food manufacturers, others, if they want to talk about this, to create this holiday, to get excitement, to get people moving, to get people acting, and to get people talking to other people about it. So we took all those in mind and recreated Back to Barbecue Day. This will be the 4th year that we're doing it. The first year, I think, outside of where there was any kind of COVID restrictions or we were within any kind of like remnants of that. So I think this is the first time we're doing it free from that. So should be a very interesting and very exciting opportunity here to take place. Again, there's so many ways that people could take this. There's so many things that people could do. But at the end of the day, we just have to ask for it. which is pledge to cook out that day and visit your local retailer. And this is, want to show you, as we've said, we've done this before over the past few years, and this is just a broad sample of some of the social media conversations that people have had. This is people that that they talk about pledging to cook out. This is different social media influencers talking about Back to Barbecue Day. These are some of our posts as well, but it's also everyday people taking part as well, talking about grilling out, talking about cooking out for Back to Barbecue Day. So again, you see here just an example of the momentum that we can create when we all get together and create something to get people excited and get people to a store or get people to think about grilling out. So that's a broad overview of why we're doing it. Now we'd like to share a little bit about what we're doing on the national level. So this is what Hearth Patio and Barbecue Association is doing, and us as an agency is doing on its behalf. So we have an ambassador, Stephen Raiklen, and I always mispronounce his name, which is wrong for me, but hopefully I got his name right. But we all know Stephen Raiklen from television, from cookbooks. He's our ambassador. So he is maybe what we'd call the official spokesperson. He's going to write blog posts encouraging people to grill out. He's going to do social media posts. He's going to be quoted in our press releases about it, talking it up and creating that, helping kind of spark that social media excitement and entertainment online about it, and with media as well. We've worked with him in the past, and it's interesting. Media coverage about his participation, social media awareness as well drives. It's seen by millions and millions of people talking about this thanks to his participation in this. So we have him as a national ambassador. We also turn to other influencers as well, people who are on social media a lot talking about grilling and talking about ways to become more active in grilling for people. They're going to be talking about Back to Barbecue Day as well. They'll share this in their social media posts or do little videos or things like that to create excitement, to get people to visit their store, to visit their local store on the 27th, and to get people to pledge to cook out that day as well. So again, creating even more excitement. You have the national with Stephen, and then you have these other well-known influencers. And then we have all these people from across the nation. We've mailed Back to Barbecue Day materials to them in the past, and we're gonna send it again to encourage that they share it on social media channels as well, talking about what they're grilling out that day. We've worked with these individuals in the past. We call them micro ambassadors that go on social media talking about Back to Barbecue Day. So we'll work with them as well. So a few dozen of these individuals that we work with. Again, creating that social media conversation, creating that social media awareness to try to drive people to come to your stores or to pledge to cook out that day. So in addition to that too, though, please also know we do a lot of public relations about it. We reach out to media. Emily has been on national television talking about Back to Barbecue Day. We've had stories running in hundreds of newspapers and magazines and online outlets talking about why you should grill out on Back to Barbecue Day. So, or visit your retailer, things to do when you visit your retailer. So again, we're creating, I guess, what we call national cover, whether it's with media or on social media, talking about this, getting people excited. And that in and of itself is a wonderful campaign. And we expect to get a lot of people excited and a lot of people to take part in it. But the wonderful thing about this too, and what we really encourage you to do, is also take part as well. And the beautiful thing about it as well is you could do it as you'd like to be. We just ask two things as you promote Back to Barbecue Day. One, that you have it be Saturday, May 27th. And two, that anytime you're doing anything on social media or encouraging other people to do anything on social media, that you ask them to use the hashtag Back to Barbecue Day. That's all we ask. But there are so many things that you could do that day. And I know technically it's maybe not the busiest day of the year, but it's an opportunity for you to say that it's a wonderful time to come in, because it just creates momentum and interest, and then they may see you saying it, then they'll also see it on social media from Stephen Raiklen or other people, maybe see about it in the press, and it just all comes together for more momentum. But and again, other things that you could do, a store activity. You could do your own media outreach. It's the perfect hook, the perfect angle to get local press to talk about why grilling is more popular than ever, or why they should come to your store, or why they should visit you to learn about grilling out. You could share information on social media. If you have an e-newsletter or a blog, you could do things like that as well. You could have a social media event. You could have invite to have an event on Facebook that people respond to and RSVP to and come check out or enjoy some grilled hot dogs at your store that day. You could post activities on your blog. You could do special giveaways at your store or online to connect it, or you could just fit it into your overall planning if you have something else going on during Memorial Day weekend or National Barbecue Month or just that Saturday. You could weave that in as a little special add-on as well. So many ways that that this is created to help you take part. We just ask that you, just have it that certain day and use that hashtag and give it that name. But you're not alone here. We talked about what we're doing nationally. We talked about how you could take part. There's ideas here. You probably brainstorm with your staff and come up with 30 more ideas that are better than this. But we have created for you, and Emily will send this out, I believe, in the next couple of days, what we call an industry toolkit. And it's on the Google Drive. It's a Google shared drive that you could easily access. We'll send you the link, and it has a number of items that you could take, ingredients that you could take to either that's either fully formed that you could copy and paste as we've created them, or you could then take them and use them on your own and do what you want to do to make this a promotion at your facility or on your social media or whatever channel or page or location or whatever you do to promote your brand or organization. So included in the toolkit are really 6 key things. Key messages. These are just what, as we said earlier about the May 27th and Back to Barbecue, but it's more messages that you could use to pull from, to copy from, to use as you create this promotion or campaign. A press release, as we talked about, you could use this for media coverage. So we've created a press release that you could fill in with your own information and send out to your local media. They're always looking for a hook, for a reason to cover a small business or to cover an organization, and this is a great item that they could use. We've also created social media posts. So 12 social media posts that you could run from May 1 to May 27th on your social media pages. Those posts also include graphics that could go along for that. So we know it could be challenging. It can take a lot of time to design and create social media graphics. So in many ways, it's your whole month if you wanted to for this to be your social media calendar. It's cool videos about Back to Barbecue Day. It's cool things to consider with grilling season going into full gear. It's videos, it's animations, it's standalone graphics, and then the text that you could use along with that as well. Logos, obviously, we've created some fun logos here for you to use, and so that's in here as well. Posters that you could easily print out and hang or use as wall clings or window clings at your store. And then blog posts as well. If you have a blog or you do a newsletter or any other thing like that, that you could copy and paste in as well. So it's a wonderful kit. We'll send you the link. And I just want to, Emily will send it to you. We're happy to walk you through it when you get it. But it's pretty simple. Like for example, if you use Google Drive, this may look familiar with you, but you'll get the link. You'll be able to open it up. And let's say you want to download the logos. You'll see our 6 buckets here that we just talked about. And then you'll see the logo files here. You'll click on that. You'll click on the logo that you want. Click download right here. And then you're off and away in terms of being able to use it. So again, you'll get this file. It'll say 2023 Back to Barbecue. It's a whole array of folders and materials. You'll see these 6 subfolders. Click on any of them, open it up, click download, and it goes to your desktop and ready to use as you see fit. So I want to walk through a little bit more about what you're going to see in the kit, though. We talked about this. We'll have all the logos for Back to Barbecue Day will be there. You see these logos, you saw different versions earlier in the presentation. There's still time. You could use them to print them out on t-shirts or buttons or hats or window cling or tabletops or customized social graphics you could use for that. Feel free to use that logo as you see fit, just as long as you keep the colors and the size there the same. There's also key message document that has what Back to Barbecue Day is, how you would talk about it, what the asks are, things of that nature. It's written in a very universal voice, but obviously for you to customize to your own voice as well, to line up with your messaging, that you could use this messaging. We also, as we noted, we have posters as well. We have different sizes for you to download and access and print out. You could use it as just hang them up on your, in your store. You could, the 8.5 by 11 could be ideal as a window cling. Different sizes for you to really create excitement and momentum at your location or wherever that you have materials that you would need like this. Press releases. This is a template press release that you could send out as a way to get maybe your local TV station to talk about grilling season is back again. Well, peak grilling season is at least. Now, of course, we encourage grilling year round, but it never gets busier than it does right now. And our store will never be more bustling than it is right now this time of year. So it's the perfect time to come and check it out and the perfect time to discover your favorite grilling recipe, pitching you to be on local media talking about the season, using that as a hook. And then, of course, you could use this press release as a tool to get media talking about you and to get them interested in you. As we noted earlier, we have blog posts that you could share as well. These are very much written to be from the voice of a retailer. 5 questions to ask your retailer if you're interested in looking at a new grill or new barbecue or new backyard furniture for Back to Barbecue Day. Also helping determine which one is right for you. There's so many choices at our store. There's so many choices that we have. How do you know which one's right for you? You could post this on your website, insert it in your social media posts, share it with local media as maybe a guest column from you, or it could be your talking points. Let's say you're doing a morning radio interview about the season ahead, about what to get excited about grilling, or what you could use this as talking points for that. All great material for you to use. And again, my favorite here. There's a full document. We only show one right here, but there'll be 12 social media posts that you could use. You could copy, easy for you to copy and paste into Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We have an image here and a link that you could just download it and then upload to your pages. 12 posts. It starts with the first day of the month to say it's the most wonderful time of the year, National Barbecue Month. And it ends on Back to Barbecue Day with a celebration of that day. But in between, it's mainly posts that build up to Back to Barbecue Day, but also celebrates National Barbecue Month as well. And this is some of the graphics too. So in addition to these posts, we also throw in extra graphics if you just want to use something yourself as well. So this is maybe 6 here. We have about 12 or 14 more that you could use as well. Again, all that we ask that it's on May 27th and that you use that hashtag. That's Back to Barbecue Day. As we noted earlier, we do promotions throughout the year and make these materials available to our members throughout the year as well to make it a lot easier for you, whether it's your social media manager or you who manages social media or whoever manages communications, to take our materials and use them as you see fit. But other promotions that we do as well that we send out and we'll continue to send out is we celebrate National Fireplace Month. Before that happens in October, about 6 weeks in advance, we send a whole host of information for you as well to share out. We have a website called Why I Grill that has tons of content that you could share, whether it's grilling tips or tricks or recipes, how to find the perfect grill, how to clean your grill. Different things that you can copy and paste and use on your own channels as well, or link to from your social media pages. We also work with ambassadors. We work with former NFL players, well-known grilling enthusiasts, other pit masters as well, baseball players, Operation Barbecue Relief. They go online. They talk about why they love to grill and why it's important to them, and then we share that out. So you could see that information when we share it out on our social media pages and use as well. This is just some of the content that we post and create that you could always have access to. We also do promotions in the late summer tied to barbecuing your breakfast. A lot of information around Thanksgiving on tips to grill out during why tips for practicing and executing a great cookout time to Thanksgiving. We also promote winter grilling as well, because everyone thinks about grilling spring and summer, but not as many people talk about it during the coldest days of the year. So we use that as an opportunity too, with media materials, social media graphics, other items that you could use too to get people to think about buying it when they're least thinking about buying it. And of course, we do tie-ins to Father's Day, Mother's Day, 4th of July, Super Bowl Sunday, other times of year too. So obviously, we're always here for you to provide this content to help make it easier for you to promote to local media, to promote on social media, maybe even to give inspiration for any social media ads that you create or anything of that nature. I want to let you know that beyond Back to Barbecue Day, beyond National Barbecue Month, we're here year-round creating this information for you. Thank you, Emily, and thank you all for your time today. As noted, Emily will send out the toolkit in the next couple of days, but in the meantime, happy to answer any questions or share. And look, if anyone wants to share any ideas as well, please do. Opening the floor now for everyone.
Eric, we have a question. Somebody's asking where they can get access to the other promotional material.
Yes, and Emily, if you want to, it's so that you saw that Google Drive folder that that we have. There's also a larger folder that has all of our campaigns going back probably 3 or 4 years, and so you could access those different files all through, to pour through and download graphics and things of that nature. Maybe Emily, if you wanted to, after when you send this one, perhaps in the same email or maybe a few days later, whatever works best for you, to send all the other files too for people. But what we typically do too is usually about a month and a half prior to the most appropriate season, we make these available for everyone as well. So we also we could do it all now, or we could do it when it's more fresh and timely too.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody sees in the folders where they can access all the information. Are there any other questions? Everybody, once we send out the link to the Google Drive, you all will have access to it. And I think the only other thing is just make sure you download the content before you start editing it. I'm not sure, Eric, if it's protected from that, but since everybody would have access to this material, if you wanted to download the press release,
Yes,
for instance, and put your information in there, just make
Yeah.
sure you download it to your own computer before you do that.
Yes, that's what we do. It's locked, so you can't actually edit the information there. But once you download it, then you can edit it.
Well, okay. Last call for questions. Like Eric said, I will be sending out the toolkit shortly. This is a great benefit to your membership in HPBA. So I hope that you all use it and enjoy the National Back to Barbecue Day material. And please use the hashtags so we can see what you're doing, because we'd love to share your material. And you're also always welcome to share our material, in that if you see our posts on Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or Instagram, feel free to jump on and comment or share with your own on your own channels. And we have one last question. Can people add their own logos to the graphics after they've downloaded them?
These aren't design files. You could the only one that we do to have the Back to Barbecue Day logo file. You can edit that, but we did have to lock those design files. The other design files, you could have your designer maybe drop it on top of it, but the other design files aren't editable. Only the logo file is editable, and that's just to protect it from copyright materials getting 2 or 3 generations from now getting lost. So the social media graphics are locked, but you could probably have a savvy editor can drop your logo on top of it. But the Back to Barbecue Day logo files, you can put your logo on that.
Okay, well, I think that's it for questions that I'm seeing. So you all are welcome to reach out to me directly anytime if you have any questions on this or any other promotional activities that we do. And otherwise, I hope everybody's getting ready to grill. It's starting to warm up, and it's almost time for grilling season to really hit high gear. And thank you, Eric, so much for being here, and thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you all so much.